What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades, and today we're going to do a very quick, I promise, as always, probably end up about 4 hours long, a very quick unboxing and initial impressions. We've got another package here from Justin at White Mountain Knives, and we are going to open that today with the Concept Knives Main Street. This is the full-size Main Street in micarta 154 cm. It's on ceramic bearings on the pivot and detent. It's an open design, and it's got the milled titanium pocket clip. These are well under $100, and it is fabulous. I've had a couple of these besides other concept knives that have come through this channel. The videos are out there. Let's get this thing open because we're not talking about concept knives. We're going to talk about, as you've already seen in the title, we're going to talk about another Twosun product. We got that in from Justin at White Mountain Knives. As always, a big shout out to Justin and White Mountain Knives. And there we go right there, whitemountainknives.com. And what we are looking at today, also in the title of the video, is the TS123 M390 carbon fiber. And out here, because they ran out of room, it says knife. Trust me on that. This is I think a newer version of the much beloved TS123 slip joint that has the carbon fiber. It has the copper inlay on the titanium handle. This is a new version, and the inlay is in carbon fiber rather than copper, and it is double bag, which means per Twosun it is probably going to come out super duper soaking wet in Earl, that Chinese Earl, and you know that stuff's not slick like American Earl. And it is super duper oily, and wow, look at that, guys. That carbon fiber is really going to pop with some of that oil on it. This is absolutely, let's see here, I've got an old sock out here. Hey, if you guys ever need a cleaning rag, once your socks get holes in them, you can take this sock and put it on your hand, and you can do a little sock puppet cleaning hour with it. They are fantastic rags. And I mean, what are you going to do with them anyway? You're going to throw them away. I don't know anybody that darns socks anymore. That's something that my mom's generation and the previous generations did. You know, because they didn't have socks in the stores. They didn't have stores. I mean, shit, they had to walk both ways to school, uphill in the snow year-round. They didn't even have summer back then, apparently. But I don't think anybody really fixes socks. You got to find some use for them. Here we go. Wow, look at that. That fit is very good. Let's get up super duper close here. What you're looking for is how all those joiners come together, how that fitment is on that inlay. You can see across the spine here how this titanium scale is milled out for that inlay. Again, this is a traditional slip joint. I wonder why they did this. Why did they do that? That little channel, is that it's a ball milled. That is purposefully milled. Why is that? Huh. Honestly, I'm not sure why that is done. That seems funny to me. Oh, wait a second. I wonder if that pocket clip has a raised. Let's see if we can see. It does look like it. See that? It looks like that pocket clip is recessed there. It's the base of that is bigger than that hole. I'm wondering if it's got a ball milled extruded sort of machine section that sits down in that ball milled groove, and it keeps that pocket clip from rotating rather than just a surface mount, and that may be required with the single mounting screw. Before I do the in-depth on this, I will remove that and we will check it for side-to-side fitment and how that is retained. Looking at the outside, you do have light final pass sort of milling lines on this titanium. The carbon fiber is smooth. So there is a difference, a slight difference in feel, but that, again, the fitment is super sharp on that. That's really, really good. Man, these guys, whoever it is, you know, that machines these parts at Twosun, it doesn't matter if you're in China, if you're in South Korea, if you're in Germany, if you're in the United States, all these countries with very high-end machining capabilities. Really, the final finite amount of that fit and finish is from the men and women that are doing the work. So I don't care if they're Chinese or not, those people that are just working for a living and they're doing a fantastic job. That is a pretty stout spring. That is pretty stout. So it is a very, very stout to the half stop. You've got a nice extended deep pull on this. It's a very deep machined into that blade on both sides. So it's very secure as far as a pull. Other than that blade having a lot of oil on. That was the reason I was trying not to slip off of it, guys. Because it does have a pretty stout back spring, and it's a little, that first step going to the walk, it's a little dirty feeling. The second step is not. I'd say there's just some dirt in there on that surface. Yeah, I'd say it is. It's just a little bit. It's going to have to wear in, but it's got a good stout feel to it. Nice. That half stop, yeah, that's a good detent spot right there as far as that goes. It's got plenty of spring pressure. Let's take a look at that blade real quick. Of course, it is a clip point. It does have a slight recurve. That is not a mistake. That is in the design. They are all like that. I am not a recurve fan, okay? But in a knife like this that is going to only see light duty, because it is a non-locking blade. Non-locking. Do not... you know what? I was just getting ready to say, do not heavy use a slip joint knife. But you know what? There's been tens of thousands of farmers everywhere around this planet that have used slip joints for decades. Decades. And you know, these old farm guys, they never ever stop to think, hey, you know what? This is too much of a job for this knife. I need to walk across 500 acres back to the farmhouse, or get on my horse and ride, or get in my cart and ride, or get on my four-wheeler and ride, or, you know, get in the truck and ride, you know, all the way back to the farmhouse so I can get a different knife. I don't think there's a lot of farmers saying that. They were using slip joint knives for whatever they needed to do. So, you know, I'm not going to say don't use it for heavy duty work, but, you know, be careful that you're using a non-locking knife. Yeah, it's a little gritty. It's a little gritty out of the box. We will flush all that out and get that manufacturing grit out of there. But I'm going to tell you right now, the fit and finish on this is absolutely fantastic. That spring is not perfectly flush like a traditional slip joint would be, where they want to, you know, they want to dress everything down perfectly flush with minimal separation lines. It is chamfered on each side. That's what you're seeing in there. yeah, it's, you know, the fit and finish. This knife was $87. It was $75 shipped or something after I used a 10% discount code at White Mountain Knives. And it's in M390 for the blade steel. Twosun, in my experience and from everybody else that I've seen, they do a good job on the heat treat and temper of M390. It's pretty doggone sharp. That is fairly sharp right there, and that is thin behind the edge, of course, and I believe that's 2mm blade stock. We'll have all that stuff in the extended review. I'm going to carry this at work for a couple of weeks and then review it, and that's a beautiful, beautiful slip joint knife. Now, good news, bad news. Looks like this knife is okay, and I think I bought the very last one at White Mountain Knives. So if you're interested in this, or the version with the copper inlay rather than carbon fiber, all other specs being the same between the two, go on over there to White Mountain Knives. If you don't have an account already, you should, because White Mountain Knives is a great place to shop at. Keep it in your arsenal of online retailers. But you can sign up on any of their listed products for notifications on restock, and you do get those. The White Mountain Knives notification system works way better than YouTube's notification system. I have ordered a lot of knives from Justin off of getting an email notifying me that something is back in stock that I was interested in. I have bought a lot of knives that way, so that system does work at White Mountain Knives. Sign up for it. Justin restocks Twosun all the time. Yeah, there you go. This is the carbon fiber inlay version of the Twosun TS123. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with a follow-up, in-depth user review of this knife. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.